Obviously, a big day for Apple today. We knew this was coming, Dan, but what's the significance of this $2 trillion milestone?
Yeah, it's a monumental achievement for Apple, and I think it just shows a lot of the skeptics that 3-4 years ago thought the growth was over in Cupertino proved wrong again, especially Apple hitting $2 trillion ahead of Amazon and Microsoft and others. And this is with the super cycle on the horizon around iPhone 12. I still think more bullishness ahead. $600 is our bull case.
Is up the only way to go, though? I mean, we are still facing a lot of economic uncertainty the second half of the year. Customers, consumers not going to necessarily have stimulus checks in their pockets for discretionary spending. What does that mean for iPhone sales?
Well, I think for Apple specifically, and this is factored into iPhone sales for the next 12 to 18 months, they're obviously going to take a hit in this just soft macro backdrop that we're seeing in COVID environment. But I also think there's a new appreciation by investors in terms of that services business. That's going to be $60 billion annual revenue next year. I think that's worth $700 to $750 billion. You look at iPhone sales, right now 350 million iPhones have not been upgraded in 3.5 years. Going into what I believe is a 5G super cycle, I still think this is in the middle innings of the stock of getting re-rated by the street.
So let's talk about the public markets right now. Airbnb just filing to go public. Earlier this year, travel was at a complete standstill. It is still incredibly slow, though they are seeing some rebounding. Is now really the right time for Airbnb to get out of the gate?
Look, it's an interesting time for them to obviously go down this route, especially with what you're seeing in that overall gig economy. I mean, based on our estimates and survey work, we think about 30% of consumers will not get in a ride sharing or stay at Airbnb until a vaccine is found. With that said, there's a strong appetite right now in the market for secular growth stories. And then this is not just across disruptive tech, but across software and other areas. And I think that's what they're feeding into. And you see it. There's an insatiable appetite for unique secular growth stories, many investors looking in Airbnb.